This article talks about sitting compared to standing or walking at a workstation and the effects on cognitive functions and performance. Nowadays, we individuals tend to spend a large part of our time sitting down, whether it's for working or studying, and this has leads to overweight, obesity, and other chronic health issues. So, in their study, they really look at the effects of working while sitting, standing, or walking at a slow pace with the measures of short-term memories, working memories, selective attention, as well as information process speed. They use these four subcategories to determine whether or not it has a big impact on the cognitive function. Um, in their research, they actually found out that with the increased physical activity, there's also associated with the improved cognitive function and the cognitive performance over a lifespan. So meaning that someone who is more physical active is more or so likely to have a better cognitive functions and able to process information and obtain information faster and easier compared to another individual who spends most of the time sitting down. Now, due to all these research and all these evidence that prolonged sitting in a workplace will result in an increased rate of obesity and potentially decrease production rate. Therefore, many workforce and workplace are implementing this called the sit and stand desk, meaning that the workers are able to adjust the height of the desk in order to achieve part sitting and part standing. And what they found out from this research is that when a workplace implements this kind of idea, this kind of desk, the workers are naturally happier and they are more so are willing to stand up when working, which reduce the rate of obesity and other chronic health conditions. Now, despite all these studies and all these data, the main focus of this article is more on the relationship between physical activity and the cognitive function and performance. Now, hypothetically, when someone is more physical active, that individual should also be better at cognitive functions and performance. So they tested out at over 50 undergraduate students. Have each one of them perform the same task over sitting, standing, and slow-paced walking. And what they found out is actually very shocking, because even though all the reports and results and research suggested that when an individual is walking or standing, they're more engaging in physical activity, therefore their cognitive thinking and cognitive function should improve. But from their research, they actually found out that that is actually not the case. Reason being that these are all just hypotheses that they came up with, and some workplace actually do increase, but for the most part, it has no direct relationship between physical activities and cognitive functions and thinking. That's why at the end of this experiment that they conducted, they did not find a clear evidence that support the idea of sitting compared to standing or walking has lower cognitive functions or performance.